Welcome to Machismo TV, the ultimate destination for modern men seeking to upgrade their lifestyle. Subscribe to Machismo TV and Saul T-Balls. We stream daily from 12 midnight to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the best male-centric content. Highlight reels without reviewing or providing any editorial bias to the content. We have done so much, with so little for so long, we are now qualified to do anything, with nothing.
Hey everyone, this is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. What's good, y'all? Put a one in the chat if you can hear me properly. Just want to make sure everything is working. All right, I see my dogs are already in the building. What's good? Got Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power, and we got Ken C in red. Okay. All right. So just a few shout outs. Shout out to the replay gang, first of all. People who make their own time to watch this, and you guys are very meaningful to this channel because the algorithm. You know how that is. Please hit like on the way in. In fact, we're gonna check my likes right now. We do it real late around here, and it takes a special kind to actually stay up. And man, what the fuck? Man, I just set up this broadcast 20 minutes ago, and already there's a dislike. Wow. Well, I tell you, people. So let me go and play the PSA real quick. You done interrupted my shout outs, man. Good God, people.
A warning. Warning. If you hear something that makes you upset on the broadcast, true, opinion, or otherwise, you are free to sign off or go to another channel. If you can't, please contact the displayed number below to seek help. Trolling and hate watching is more serious than you think. Now back to our scheduled broadcast.
Yeah, man. Shoot, somebody has it. Somebody really has it in for me. I mean, to the point where, I mean, I can understand if this broadcast was set up early today. I set it up about 15, 20 minutes ago. So somebody really has a lot of love for me out there. So shout out to you. I think you're number one. So, but those dislikes help. Shoot. And I mean, like, what could I be saying that is so bad to the point where you dislike me already? I mean, I haven't really endeared myself to a lot of people as of late. And, that's why I decided to do this one particular broadcast, called Worry About Yourself. Because that's a message to the haters. And, and a lot of these, you know, a lot of these broadcasts that I have, I tell myself that kind of thing as well because I've been kind of worried about certain things that I should not be worried about. The only thing that I should be worried about as far as this channel is to keep delivering content and, to also get on my news without the WS channel as well. I mean, if I do those two things, I will be fine. And, if I'm not concentrate on sucker duck ass niggas and, bitches and such and, people who actually hate me instead of the people who support this channel and like what I do. So, I mean, as a service to the ones that actually ride with me and actually, actually are down with this channel, I should be delivering to you more so than I deliver to anybody else to worry about a hater. But, haters are always amusing. They are. So that's what I'm here for, man. I'm here to bring y'all content. I'm here to give y'all a good word. And just really thinking about the future of this channel. So, like I said, I was really sleeping tonight, but I didn't do two things. you know, I didn't do my daily workout, so I had to do that, and I did that actually during Monday Night Raw, and I didn't have a show set up. So that's basically it. My goal is to try to do something every night for the foreseeable future till I get this algorithm up, till I get this channel growing, and till I develop some mega consistency here because I believe you guys deserve it. This channel should be a place for black men to come through and be brutally honest. And it doesn't always have to necessarily be about the opposite gender. But hey, if there's some shit that they're doing that we don't exactly like and we need to see better from, and even from ourselves as well, shit is worth a mention. But this is for the haters out there. Like, worry about yourselves, guys. I mean, it would be fun. I mean, it would be fun to go back and forth to try to roast somebody. And I'm not a real good roaster, but I do have my moments. It would be fun to it'd be fun to have those exchanges of discourses. And I had a talk with someone today. I really felt like the smoke show was not working. And this person that I talked to had a different take. They said the smoke show is actually working. It's working well. In fact, it has worked out super efficiently because yeah, I'm really showing, this space here. And, some of you can agree or disagree. And I mean, in the chat, just tell me. I mean, the reason why I would say that the smoke show is working out very efficiently is because of the fact that no one comes through. You give somebody a chance to get their shit off. You give somebody a chance to, come through and tell me what the problem is. Hell, they don't want to do it. So, I mean, maybe, just maybe, I exposed a bunch of chicken shits. I mean, that's just what it is at the end of the day. So let me give the shout out to the members of the channel. Yeah, uh, you guys, you show me support every month, and you make, you amongst other people, including the replay gang and, the people who are mods and who show up every time I do a show. Like, someone like a Hybrid Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power or Free or Field Brad or RPM even. Look, you guys make it all worth it for me, and I don't want to give up. And what's the point of me saying give up? If what's the point of me giving up if I say don't give up, win, black man? And I want black men to win. I want black men to be the ultimate winners. And if it doesn't happen in my lifetime, at least in this space, we can go ahead and get that seed planted. So yeah, let me shout out to the members real quick. We got Greg, Aaron P, Phil Brad, Gone for Milk, Indigo Flow, D Rock Den, American Negro News, Mr. Me Too, Barry Little, D Scott, Yumcha 11, Black Pearl, Andre 420, Blue Marvel 9, Asora Seed, Black Light Revelations 2, Revelator, The Spirit of Variance, Forever Blessed, and Detroit 313. Oh, damn. Shoot, I guess Gold Professor ain't here no more. I mean, whatever that's about. But hey, Gold P, much respect, guy. I guess he didn't like the whole thing when I said a winner is just a loser who tried one more time. I mean, how am I wrong about that? Mahogany said, when you drop the link, I want to come up and talk to you. Okay, great. Awesome. I'll do it in a few minutes. Just stick around. Okay. Yeah. So, in fact, I mean, let me go ahead and do that right now. See what you want. You may not have all night. So, okay. All right, Mahogany. There you go. Okay, waiting on Mahogany real quick. So, all right. So, thanks for coming through. All right. So, let me see here. Hopefully, it's 14 of you in here. It was 16, but I got 9 likes, 1 dislike. For those of you who hasn't hit like or even hit dislike, go ahead and uh, press the like button. So, what's good, Mahogany? What's going on?
Hey, well, you just started, and I really appreciate you dropping the link. Well, I heard some of what you said. You were talking about giving up and quitting. I hope you're not thinking about that. Is that what you were saying?
No, not at all.
Oh,
No. I mean, if you were worried about that, I mean, that's not going to happen. I mean, as I was saying, what's the point in me telling people not to give up if I were to give up myself? So I was just saying what was motivating me. People like
oh,
you and people like that's in the chat, people who show up. And if I were to give up, that'll be a real disservice to everyone.
yeah, that's exactly how I feel. And then it just got me to thinking because I felt like giving up plenty of times on here. But I think about that. It's the people that show you the support, and you know who they are, that keep you motivated. So, because I several times have wanted to, just because sometimes life gets hard. People go through things. And I think sometimes on YouTube, because we don't know everything that everybody's going through, we forget that sometimes. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that part. And since I had you to myself, I said, let me jump up here and take the opportunity. But I'm not going to take the whole show. I'm not going to take the whole show. And I saw you maybe because I've been dropping out the clouds just looking in at you probably for at least 2 or 3 weeks. And you've been coming on camera almost every time. What made you decide to do that?
I think it's important that people start seeing who I am.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's it's important. Not because of the whole, oh, these guys are behind the avatar and all this other stuff. I just want to let y'all know I'm a real person. I do real things. Not trying to show out how I look or anything like that, but just just kind of dispel some of the stuff that's said about the guys in this space. I mean, people can feel how they feel, however, about how I look, but just like I said, I just want everybody to know that I'm a real person. you know, when you see this, let me show you this avatar right here. When you see that avatar right there, wait a minute, I gotta stop the cam. When you see the avatar right there, I'm letting you know right there that guy in the avatar is me. You know,
Can I say I want to speak on this because I have been one of those YouTubers that the reason I have put down people who don't come on camera is because when you do, and you'll see, because it does take effort to, especially when you're a woman, um, and just being on YouTube, people looking at your background, they judging this, they judging that, you're under scrutiny all the time. So for me, I felt some kind of way. Right now I've kind of been talking about a little bit here and there on my channel. I haven't been feeling well, so I don't cam up as much just because a lot of times I might be
oh,
heavily medicated. Well, I have I don't want to, like I said, I have a
yeah,
surgery, but it's a simple surgery. I'll be okay. Coming up actually next week. But anyway, they know I've been talking about it now for some time. But I'm gonna tell you this: a lot of the people that troll, they don't show themselves. They talk a lot of mess, and that has been my experience. So for me, I do tend to give a lot more respect to people I can see. Now, I knew of you for a while, so I knew who you were. But I have chastised people who talk a lot of mess and they never show anything, because my thing is, if I'm putting in some effort to share things with you, with my audience, I just I appreciate that, and I think it does warrant a little bit more respect than somebody that doesn't show and prove. That's how I feel. How do you feel about it?
I feel about that. If you're gonna talk shit about the way someone looks, you need to be showing how you look yourself. You know,
Right.
I mean,
Mhm.
like I'm not gonna be around here, being a 350-pound guy and talk about women who are 250 pounds, or look like Jimmy Walker in the face and call people ugly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is with me. So here I am. I'm not a small guy myself. I'm not some scrawny. What's that word that some people like to use? Incel or something like
Mhm,
that.
mhm,
I'm an
mhm, mhm.
actual I'm an actual man. So you know.
Well, and that's my point. Like that's for me personally, that's why I think it's important for people. For me, I would like to see that. And I do, because like I said, when you do it and other people don't, and then they come for you, I'm just saying in general, in my experience, it's like, wait a minute. Okay, well, show me yourself, show me your background. Do you know what it's like? Well, I'm not going to get into that, but it's very frustrating to know that you've accomplished certain things in your life, and you got people that never show anything, but they claim that they accomplished these things, and then you find out, because the internet is undefeated, you usually find out later that nothing they've said is true. And it's just a frustrating thing. So I think it is important. I was happy when I saw it a few weeks ago, and I was like, oh, look at Kev, but I didn't even wasn't feeling that well. I don't sleep that well, so a lot of times you know when you're
Yeah.
live, I just stumble up on you. And I said, oh, and then I saw that you kept it going. So anyway, I just wanted to just chime in a little bit. I'm not going to take over your show, I promise. I'll
No, no,
go.
no. No, no, you're good. You're good. And the most important thing is, get plenty of rest, and your health is very important. So
Oh,
and go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I said thank you.
Yeah, and yeah, also, I know I'm on pretty late, so it takes a special kind of person to actually stay up late with me, and you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying. So, yeah. So anyway, thank you very much. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate you sticking around and
Well,
supporting the show.
yeah, I mean, um, like I said, I remember you from, I feel like the first time I found you was on O'Shea's Rumble. I feel like that's the first time I saw you. And I subscribed to you back then and just stayed subscribed. And when, like, you're right, I have my nights when I can't sleep, and you are live, so I just sit and watch the clouds. Um, but yeah, was there anything? I feel like there was something else. Was there anything else that you were touching on before I leave?
Mm. No, no, no. I mean, I guess you were good. I mean, I'll just, the title of the show is like, worry about yourself, and I mean, when you're up here for a while, it doesn't go without, some people want to hate and everything, and
Mhm.
there are people who kind of keep mentioning me. I won't mention those people because it kind of gives them a little airplay. I mean, people in the chat know who this person is. I mean, they mentioned me again a couple days ago. So, I mean, what is the point in me wasting my time on a person like that? If they want to keep mentioning me, they see something special in me, obviously, and did that they obviously can't touch. But I mean, I will not be so grandiose as to keep on saying that, to think that I'm so special that someone else would think I'm special enough to keep mentioning. So that's just what it is. If however you feel about my content, if people feel like it's I'm a what I've been called a dumb nigga aggregate, which is extremely funny to me because I always welcome people who are intelligent to these panels. If you're slightly more intelligent than me, I'm not too afraid to admit that. That means that I can learn from you.
Yes.
So I'm not so full of pride as to think that, or so full of don't have delusions of grandeur as to think that I'm just the best thing smoking. But I feel like I'm pretty darn good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Charles Faulkner. You are good. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'd be out of the loop to be honest lately, especially just.
Yeah, and it's nothing I want to drag you into. I mean,
Oh, okay. But
it's
I'm sorry.
no, no, no. I'm just saying, one thing I do like to do for people who come over here is give them freedom of choice. Don't act like that you have to be super loyal to me. If you disagree with something I've said, then feel free to state that.
Mhm.
That's just what it is. I'm not gonna bite your head off or, make a video about you or something like fuck that motherfucker. I'm not that kind of person. Unless, of course, you tell me fuck you, then then I might have to answer. Uh,
Yes,
but you understand that. I mean,
I do. Oh,
you
I'm
seem to
sorry.
pretty much hold your own. So
Yeah, I have had. Now, I don't like making videos, but I have had to because, oh my goodness, you've been here longer than me. You know how some of the it's just I'm just I'm shocked. And YouTube is just such a different world for me. I was talking about this the other day on my show. Like my family is very close. I'm very close to my family. My brother that passed away was actually my best friend. And my other brothers and I are very close, and my sisters. Like my brother, one of them, he texts me at least once a week. We work out together when I was able to work out. We go to the gym once, twice a week together, brother and sister. We jog together. The other one, he calls and checks on me because I wasn't feeling very good. He texts me at least a couple times a week. So when I came on YouTube and it was all this, and the same thing with me and my sisters, we're very, very close. I talk to my sister almost every day. She calls and checks on me also. So I'm also the baby girl. So when I came to
uh,
YouTube and it was all this kind of bickering between us, between the sex, it was just different. I mean, I was like, my head was blowing. Like, it was a
yeah.
shock. It really was a shock for me. But anyway, I, I'm going to let you get back to your business. But I enjoy getting you alone when I can so I can have this conversation with you.
All righty.
Um, Alrighty.
Thank you very much for coming up. And you can come up anytime. You know that. So.
Okay, okay. And thank you, Hybrid. I appreciate that. I'll be in the chat room.
Yeah, yeah, and also, yeah, condolences to your brother. I'm really sorry to hear that. I mean, especially losing someone that's close. That has an effect on you, and I'm glad to hear you hanging in there and chopping it up. Like the mahogany I know. So
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell you something. My goal is to get his story. So he was murdered, and that's the worst thing of it. Like it leaves the family with all these questions. We still have a lot of questions. We hired investigators and all that. We do believe it was police involved. I have told the story.
Okay.
But that my goal is to get a story out there. I'm still fighting for that. And so I'm not going to stop. I think I need that for peace. I know my mom needs that for peace. So I'm going to just keep on until something, I feel like something has got to come up. So that's my mission in life right now. But I'll let you guys have it. All
Okay.
righty.
All right. All right, Mahogany. Thanks for coming up, and don't give up. I hope you
Thank,
get what you want.
thank you. Peace.
All right, you're welcome. All right, and that was the beautiful Mahogany Roots and MJ coming up to show her support and to give us a few good words. So we should always appreciate that. Oh, look, we got Gone from Milk. What's good? Said Jessica X left that shit quick once the heat was on, as expected. Well, shoot, Jessica X is Jessica X. I mean, she got what she needed from the space, and excuse me, sorry about that. Yeah, but yeah, I'm about to, there's the link in the chat for anybody that wants to come up. Got the No News podcast in the building. What's good? I mean, it's staying up late, laughs and PTSD. Okay, and then Sergeant Faulkner is in the building as well. Uh, let's say, salute everyone. Gone from Milk. Man, that's a funny avatar. That's a funny avatar. And like I said, Mahogany, I hope you get what you want. I hope everything comes to the light, and so you and your family can get some peace and closure. So, Chaos Rain, what's going on? All right, we got 29 in the building. Like I said, hopefully you guys are pressing like on the way in. Please support the stream. Uh, let me see. Let's see. Hold on one second. Uh, Hold on one second. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, so we got the good officer. Oh, you say what happened to Weather? I haven't seen Weather in a while. Maybe Weather has a new job or something that's wearing him out or whatever. I mean, he'll be back when he be back. But one thing is we can't worry about the people who aren't here. We just got to worry about the people who are here and make sure. Man, I got to make sure that I'm doing good shows for them. So, what's up? What's up, Sarge? What's good? Woo!
Just went to the gym about an hour ago. Now eating a whole bunch of fish. Oh man, feels good. Feels good.
Okay. Yeah. So, what kind of fish?
Some salmon.
Oh, salmon. Oh, okay. Salmon is loaded with protein.
Oh yeah. So is she.
So, what's good?
But once again, my condolences to Lady Mo and her family on that tragedy. Nobody wants to ever wake up and hear that you lost a family member and it's under crazy circumstances. So go out there for that. Oh yeah, by the way, we don't speak nice to women in this space.
Oh, yeah, that's what I keep hearing.
I don't have a problem with women on the level. Nothing much. Just did a stream earlier where talked about a little bit of politics, sports, family matters, men's rights, the shit, the usual, the shit that we should talk about. But and if a person doesn't like it, they don't have to listen to it. I mean, feel free to switch to the next motherfucking channel.
Yeah, just like I said, we got to worry about the people who are here watching instead of worrying about who isn't here.
Huh.
Because like one message I never want to send as a content creator is that the people who are here just chop liver.
Yeah.
That's not fair to them. They showed up. Let's do a show for the people who showed up. Just like there are some I don't mean to throw shots at anybody, but there are some people who got 100 and 200 people watching and they're there for bullshit reasons. You know, they're there to watch, people get dragged and, look at a dumpster fire. And, it's like I'd rather have 20 or 30 ones that really support me and really want to be here any day of the week rather than to have that many people in there for a bullshit reason, because I don't think those people, and I mean, like, it ain't like I want you to care about me. Oh, please care about me or anything like that. It's just that, you know, I just prefer the real over the fake.
Yeah, and I mean, at one point before I got shadow banned, I was averaging 150 to 200 live subscribers. I mean, I think you were there when I did my salute to Kevin Samuels. I had 800 people live.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was there.
This is
I mean,
that was amazing because I only had like what 1,500 subscribers.
yeah, then that was real hot in the algorithm. And Kevin Samuels had always been like a algorithm hot figure. Is it? You do a show on something that he said or something that went viral, then you instantly had that. But that man's passing did have an effect on the space and everything, and it was really revealing to say the least about
As,
the
as
mentality of our people.
yeah, it lets you know that how can I say it? Our people haven't matured past the eighth grade.
No, sad.
You got people celebrating a man's death, but now the same bitch who said it, and yes, she's called a bitch because my parents told me to always call things by their proper title. The same bitch, Vivica A. Fox, is ready to settle down, even though she got the little she got the face where when there's no gum, but they still look like they're chewing.
Yeah. I mean, even Carolyn Bryant passing, the woman who caused the death of Emmett Till. Uh, told y'all Phil Bray to be here. What's good, man? Good to see you. I knew you pop up sooner or later. Even when Carolyn Bryant died, even when she died, it wasn't as celebrated by our people, especially the women like Kevin Samuels. So
Who was that one feminist that passed that wrote a book?
Bell Hooks.
Bell Hooks. You didn't hear shit about Bell Hooks.
Hell no, you hear. I heard one person say something. You know, yeah, I heard one guy say "burn in hell." That's it. It was no news podcast. It's no celebration, no smoke, none of that shit. That man's an outspoken introvert. What's good? He said, "I did." I mean, even though I do see Bell Hooks as sort of kind of a race traitor, I mean, which she was. I mean, you want to cleave to white men like that and denigrate black men, then hey, you are kind of a race traitor.
I mean,
Nobody celebrated her death.
so what? Bell Hooks was a former All-Pro fullback with a Super Bowl ring. She made her right to go date who she wanted and marry. But yeah, it's always about last time I checked in the police academy, there was no curriculum to dick policing.
No, not at all.
And why can't you just allow black men to be free?
That man said, I played Disco Inferno when Carolyn Bryant died. All right.
And this is your legacy. And by the way, for all you man haters, this is your legacy.
That's it. Burn, baby, burn. Yeah, to hell with that bitch. Like,
Surprise. She's burning 100 stories high. But, I mean, even if we have a critique, we're going to take your intellectual property and put it against the questioning of the Sanhedrin. Now, whoever's thought you respect, even if you don't respect them, if they have a valid point, I'm pretty sure a guy like Kev has no point, and neither do I. I mean, excuse me, have no issue with a valid point.
No, not at all.
When you have people who just, well, black men need to do this because they sorry. Okay. Just like I made the point on my live stream. Single motherhood may be one of the greatest national security threats that we have ever known. And I can prove that.
Okay. Oh yeah. A question that wasn't answered last night. I think you was away for a little bit. I asked, I think Shatterstar Games, what he thought about Kareem Jean Pierre, and he wanted to let you take it. You know, the spokes press person for the White House. He wanted to know what you thought. So since we're here, what do you think?
uh, about him.
No, about Kareem Jean Pierre, the White House spokesperson, the one that checks off the three boxes.
I think that some people are just paid to lie and look good doing it.
No. Oh, okay.
If you can tell me that a motherfucker's telling the truth about Biden and his physicality and mental status, and say he's doing great, he's in the figure of his life.
No, the fuck he isn't. That's it. Is that like? Let me show you a liar.
Ah, I mean, that's basically politics. At least, when politics used to be good at lying, now it's like they don't give a fuck. Like, fuck it. You voted.
No, they lie to your face and then they get mad at you because you point out the lie.
How dare you call me a liar? Damn, that nigga sharp. How dare you call me?
Yeah, you weren't supposed to get. It was supposed to go over your head. Like look at Gone for Milk. I threw a mini cookout for one with Carol and passed hamburgers, hot dogs, and potato salad with greens and macaroni. Ate hella good that day. I mean, that sounds like a legitimate cookout to me.
Think about it, right? What is the legacy of people like this Bryant character, like a Cynthia? You did absolutely fucking nothing to help another human being.
Mm.
But then instead of saying, you know what, I'm going to be the answer to the question, which I asked her on BGS's live so many years ago,
Oh
what's the
yeah.
opposite of a beta male coon? And
Yeah.
she ran like she had the speed force house behind her.
Sure, and like Jesse Owens was trying to win the Olympics again. Like, man. So like that that's the kind of ignorance that's easy to defeat, based on asking questions like that.
Oh, show me what you think is the greatest of black men.
Mm,
You can't, then everything you said to this point is invalid to me.
mm.
Because to have one, you must have the other, right? But this is the problem. You don't got to go back and forth with a Looney Tune, because if you do from a distance, nobody can tell the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Ask that one question. Because what's going to happen is you're going to look like a guy, oh, you just hate women. No, I don't. I spent most of my adult life, well, for me, all my adult life protecting man, woman, and child. Then what the fuck? Do I not have a voice to critique?
That you're supposed to be sucking up and kissing ass, bro. That's what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to turn a blind eye to whatever's going on. You're not supposed to care about the community that your child has to live in once you pass. I mean, that's what it is, man. They are upset that people like me are actually concerned about the direction that this community is going in, even if I don't care about it. What if my child wants to remain here? What kind of community would it be when she becomes a teenager, when she becomes an adult? That's what I'm thinking about. It ain't about what some 30-year-old nigga thinks about how I'm raising my kid. Like it ain't that, because nigga, by the time she reaches your age, you're gonna be a fucking senior. So what the fuck are you worried about it for? I mean, like I don't want it to be, a world of negative when she gets up, when she gets up in age. And the unfortunate part is, if a lot of the what's happening keeps going on, she might have to deal with that. So I have to teach her to navigate. because there are no guarantees in life. There's none. The only thing that you can guarantee for real, is how you do things. And I mean, but you can guarantee how you do things, but you can't guarantee the results. And so, I just want to give her the best chance possible. You know why? Because I love that little girl, and that's all there is to it. At the sacrifice of myself. Now, I'm also, trying to maintain and stay balanced and happy myself. But hey, uh, hey, I did that, so I got to make sure that the path is, not as rocky, even if it is a rocky path. I know I can't shield her from everything, but yes, I have every right to critique. I mean, it's not, I want good examples for her to follow. I mean, better examples than what I'm seeing. And if I see poor examples, I'm going to point at that person or people and say, "Look at her, look, girl, look at that, look at that, look at that right there." No, do not be like that. Do not do that. You know, you don't be that. Don't grow up to be that. Grow up to be better. Grow up to be better than me. You must serve the community and fix their fuck ups at all costs. No News Podcast. I know you're being a bit facetious. I do not believe that I have to clean up behind everyone. If they have the common sense to do the right thing in the first place, uh, there's nothing to clean up. I mean, seriously. Like I said, raise your sons right, or there are going to be some guys that own firearms that's going to raise them up out of here. Period. I mean, it's just that's just what it is. Like I will never forget like those three young men, well, those three young boys that tried to rob that house, up the street, like up a few exits from where I live, and the guy I guess who was living there was protecting his family. I guess he was ex-military. He had great aim because he took all three of them out. And then around the hood, they're gonna have like like posters with them who got angels wings on it. I'm like, what? They were trying to rob and put that man family in danger. What why are you putting angels wings on these guys? I mean, maybe one of them succumbed to peer pressure, but none of them had any business trying to rob people. And it's like, look, get a job. McDonald's is hiring. Like shit. Like, I mean, that's what we don't want that kind of thing to continue to happen. We want our kids to grow up and live fruitful lives. And it's just that the thing is we've been apathetic to it for too long. So they can say what they want about me. They can tell me I hate women. They can call me a CON just for simply pointing it out. I mean, I'm not trying to undermine our people or embarrass them in front of other groups of people because, hey, the way we behave sometimes, you should be embarrassed. What's up, Chance Rogers? What's good? I mean, that's what I get from listening to complaints coming from the sister. Okay. And Chance Rogers, what's going on? Is the sisterhood wants black men that got that ish together to come clean the mess, aka single these lonely mothers created. Fat Chance. Yeah, exactly. I ain't. I mean, my mother, my aunts, my dad, they put me on game a long time ago. Like, and notice what I said, my mother and my aunts, because as much shit as like a lot of these women talk about these dudes saying this and saying that, they don't want that shit for their own sons. They don't want their sons ending up with a trifling ass woman. Damn, you got TikTok videos of mothers, bringing their sons in and say, no, my son will not be spending his money on you. Get a job. So, 1D forever. What's good? That's Curtis. His avatar is like Curtis, the comic strip character. I said Luke Cage. Shadow Star, what's good? He said Houston total blackout, but survived a tree fall in my crib. Just checking the power low as fuck on my phone. Oh, okay. All right. Well, shoot. Thanks for being here, man. Sacrificing that little battery juice, man, to watch the program, man. Yeah, man. Shoot, I like I said, I appreciate the support I'm getting, man. And look, when I as much as I'm telling people to worry about themselves, I'm gonna worry about myself too. I'm gonna worry about this channel, and I will support, who I can support with whatever I can give them, man. But at the same time, man, it's about you know, if we could only work together as a space, I think it would be much better for all of us. But everybody ain't got the same mindset, which also is uh paramount to this space. The sharing of different ideas and different beliefs, and understanding it. And, Faulkner may have a great idea that I may want to, undertake, and you know, I'm not so cocky as to believe I have any idea that's good enough for any of you guys to undertake. But let's be a group of men. That's first and foremost. Let's be a group of men, and that's what I expect. So I was saying earlier that I was speaking with someone, and I was telling this person that I don't believe that the smoke show is working. It's not too much smoke, coming in there, and they gave me a different perspective. It was like, well, maybe the smoke show is working because you're giving people that don't like you a chance to speak, and they will not come up. And you really, by having a smoke show, you're exposing the space, really, because where are all these dislikes coming from? Where are all these dislikes coming from? So uh, yeah, those people, if they're like, whether they are content creators, whether they're chat people, whether they're panel frequenters, they have the chance to come up, and they don't. So and Mahogany, she says, I like the smoke show because it gives people a chance to voice their concerns. Yeah, but thank you for that take. Uh, no news podcast. I think the smoke show is effective. I got so many ideas from the brothers who chimed in. Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that you got something out of it, and it is like this. Um, those people, if they want to sit up there and bark from their channels, that's fine. But hey, I played your card. I want y'all to think about that. I want these guys, like I said, the dislikes, to think about that. I played your card. And you may not like that. You may not like that, but it's a fact that you guys got to deal with. And I'm not so much talking about the women. If they are in like accordance, like if they're disliking, that's fine. I expect that from, not so much, people like Mahogany or Sister George, or somebody like an Angela C. But I mean, I do expect some women to be perturbed by the thought of a black man being brutally honest. So I'm not talking about them so much. I mean, I could care less about smoke from them. I mean, if they got a legitimate gripe, they can come up too. But when I say smoke show, I'm really looking for guys, other grown men who sit up there and yap and cackle like women, to come up here and tell me why that shit is happening. You know what I'm saying? And I could pretty much say, hey, you know what? Let's talk like men at the end of the day. Let's do this like men. I mean, I know it's a I know it's a tough thing to deal with words, and to deal with, a little fisticuffs. I put the letter E in front of it, but hey, you'll be okay. You don't get injured from fisticuffs. Yeah. So anyway, uh, as a hybrid says, they look weak from barking from their channel after knowing they can come and discuss it man to man over here. Exactly. Exactly. I don't bite. And even if I could, how the fuck can I do it through the screen? Like, I want to, like that's ineffective. Oh, okay. So, uh, uh, Sarge, any thoughts?
Always a pleasure, dude. Woo!
Always. Okay, so oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't saying final thoughts. I was just saying thoughts. But he dipped on out. He, Faulkner got to, do his thing. But shoot, I guess I'll open the floor for questions. Also reminding you, if you're in here, you haven't pressed like yet, please hit that like button. Support the stream. Cash App is scrolling across the bottom. But the most important thing is that like button. Hit that like. It's for the algorithm. It puts more likes on. It puts more sauce on the algorithm. So shoot. So say what up with Trick Williams inviting Cody Rhodes to the. I hate that shit. I mean, I mean that was just. I mean that's just something that I guess since Cody Rhodes went to NXT, the developmental territory. Now we're on the subject of wrestling. Oh yeah, Rhea Ripley came back. That shit was funny as fuck. And what the fuck is Dom Mysterio doing with that damn porn stash? That shit is hilarious. But Trick Williams invited Cody Rhodes to the cookout. I guess because he came down to NXT. But for those who don't know, Cody Rhodes, the son of Dusty Rhodes, he's married to a black woman, and like I said, I'll tell any interracial couple, I'll tell the black person, just because they marry you, don't make them any more blacker. Get the fuck out of here with that. I mean, you stay in your white lane. I mean, shit. I mean, I don't care about interracial dating. Love who you love. I mean, one thing that I don't understand about our people is they'll sit up there and cape for the alphabet community, but then interracial dating, oh, that's just too much. And I mean, like, interracial dating, when black women and white men do it, don't catch nearly as much heat as when black men do it with white women or any woman of any other race. So I don't want to hear that shit. I mean, you can talk about Serena Williams all you want, but I mean, shit, they still talking about, brothers that date interracially. I mean, they've been doing that shit for years and they won't get off of it. Shit, look at Urkel and Carlton. But yeah, that shit does get on my nerves. Inviting people to the cookout, inviting white folks to the cookout. No, they're not invited to the cookout. And keep your potato salad at home. Like, we don't want that shit. If you cool, you can come to the cookout. But is that we know inviting to the cookout is an expression of welcome to the club. No, I hate that shit. I really can't stand it. And the reason why I can't stand it because of some of the attitudes that black people have toward each other. I mean, some of us won't even invite each other to a cookout. Well, what the fuck you doing with that? So I say, I guess since he married a black woman, he thinks he can get an invite. Nigga, your mama ain't black. You talking about Mama Rhodes? Like The Rock said. The Rock was killing me with that shit. Said Mama Rhodes. I said her last name ain't even Rhodes. Somebody need to whoop that trick for that. He lost the belt the other night. To Ethan Page. Sean O'Malley getting hell no. Like LeVar Ball said, stay in your lane. Yeah, and LeVar Ball, he married to a white woman and he got mixed kids. But the thing is, though, he's still black. He a black father. He did for his black sons, but everybody complains about fathers not doing for their children, and they still complain. They still complain. So, I mean, as black men, we can't really win this motherfucker. So, I mean, can't be worried about a victory. We just got to be worried about ourselves. So, anyway, she said it's like airing like dirty laundry to a different community that really doesn't care. Yeah, yep. Sean O'Malley said my boo thing. He was the oh boy, why? The man said boo thing. I bet he even looked odd saying that shit. You know, it's like them saying all I want to do is zoom a zoom zoom. Uh-oh. 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 We got, and I'm saying uh-oh because guess what happened? The second one.
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze.
Damn.
The second dislike has happened. See, I told you. I mean, like, I have a smoke show every Sunday, but you know, people show up just to dislike the stream. I mean, why? Shoot. Come to it like Sunday nights. See, the smoke show will continue indefinitely. I thought about changing the name, but I mean, the smoke show is going to continue indefinitely. I mean, shoot. Yeah, RPM. Wow. I remember I had a homie back in the day, man. Every time he saw me, you know, I used to talk about like shit like Dragon Ball Z. And then, you know, he started making fun of me, talking about, wow, Dragon Ball Z, man. That's my dog, though. I mean, shit, you know. I mean, if I chose someone to ride with, if some shit was going down, I would pick that guy. That dude is 6'8". That motherfucker is a fucking powerhouse. I mean, shoot. But he said, funny thing is, when he started being a fighter, he was acting that way. He got a bunch of tattoos and started hanging out with Snoop. Now he think he that dude. That's another one. Snoop Dogg, man, inviting motherfuckers to cookouts. You know, I think we lost Snoop a while back. I mean, during the deep cover days and, you know, Doggy Style, and, you know, when he left Death Row to hang with Master P for a little bit, he was cool then. No, I don't think dislikes hurt my channel at all. I celebrate them. I celebrate them. That's why I got that, you know, that's why I got that video up there. And you know what video you wondering?
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze.
Damn.
I'm just looking for an excuse to play that. Shoot, I am good. I'm super good. Snoop straddling the fence. Who was that threatened him that time? You know, when he said that who did he say that shit about? And then like he was made to apologize and he started crying because Jada Pinkett put him on the spot. And then he talked about some Dionne Warwick got mad with him and, you know, said, you know, why he calling women bitches in his songs and all that other shit. He was calling Dionne Warwick auntie. Yeah. Oh, Gayle King. Oh yeah. Yeah. Snoop, you know, Snoop was like, I was like, dude, you done lost it, bro. I mean, I still listen to some of his music though. I mean, he just got a catchy voice. And I mean, he put some classics out there. So, I mean, I still really appreciate the art that he put out there. But Snoop Dogg, man, no, I think we lost him a while back. Yeah. So anyway, anybody got any questions? We are nearing the hour mark. So shout out to the dislike gang. Son is hot raw. Did I give you a shout out? Yeah. If I didn't, man, shoot. Ain't no time like the present. And whether if you're somewhere out there watching, you know, we got people in the chat thinking about you. So whenever you're ready to return, buddy, we're here. He said they might as well get a title back to Roman Reigns because Cody ain't doing anything exciting with that title. Cody needs to turn heel. Cody needs to turn into a bad guy because he thought about kind of doing like the Homelander, you know, when he turns heel. I mean, I think Homelander is probably one of his favorite fictional characters, and I think that it will. I think it will fit him, and I think it'll make his title reign better, especially if they bring Roman Reigns back as a face, because Solo is snapping and shit, and you know he bringing in all the Samoans now. I mean, he got the Gorillas of Destiny, and he got Jacob Fatu. Man, that's enough right there. If anybody don't know who the Gorillas of Destiny are, they're the brothers Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. They blazed a trail in Japan. You know, they were pretty badass. Said start going vertical. I don't know about that. I don't know about going vertical. Maybe I will one day. I don't know. just kind of confusing to the eyes. But maybe I will do it like 1 or 2 nights a week. I don't know. Uh, say Rhea Ripley or Liv Morgan for one night in a 5-star hotel room. That's a tough decision right there. That is a really tough decision because both of them look like they can do some wild shit. I mean, Rhea Ripley, and then who just got married, by the way, and Liv Morgan. Like Liv Morgan, a little cutie. Like she looked like she'd be on some freaky shit. But Rhea, she looked like she'll have you down like acrobatic. So, I mean, I think if you flip a coin, you'll be pleased either way. Hey, Mel, how you doing? Snoop now known to lots as Martha Stewart's friend. How odd. Yeah, Martha Stewart's friend. Yeah, I think he probably smashed that back in the day. These Hollywood types of weirdos, they just free sex all over the place. They kind of sexually fluid, and there's some shit I really don't want to know. But the more and more I look at Hollywood figures, it's like it just seems like at their basic level, they're just for some reason it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. If they feel like it, they'll just do some drugs and just immerse themselves in that shit, and that's some weird stuff. So how you doing today, Mel, or tonight? Let's see, Jacob. Let's see what he said. Sunnyside Rock, Jacob Fatu's a beast, especially. Oh my god, that motherfucker is scary. Solo Sokoa ain't got nothing on Jacob Fatu. I mean, for real. I mean, Solo is pretty good. I mean, he's been kind of lackluster lately, but the guys he bringing in, they can outshine him, except for Tongaloa. I mean, remember Tongaloa was there before as Camacho. And he got released, so he started touring Japan with his brother and gained a reputation that way. But Jacob Fatu, that motherfucker is scary with his ability. I mean, I see a world title reign in his future. Even though he does not like have the star power of Roman Reigns, he's much better than Roman Reigns in the ring. I mean, Roman Reigns, my boy, but Jacob Fatu got all the ability. Yeah, hybrid catastrophic impact X83rd power says, give me both some Red Bull, red ginseng, honey, and lots of condoms. Okay. Yeah, my top hand and a pair of Nike socks. Yeah, you're gonna need it, man. Shoot, them girls in shape, man. Like, shoot, for them to be on the road for like 250 to 300 days a year, man, you got to keep yourself up. I mean, those are special kinds of workouts. Art Dustal, what's good, my brother? He said they use sex to steal your energy. What's good? Check out Art Dustal Tuesday and Friday nights. That Samoan spike looks very painful. Yeah, if they actually jam their thumb in your throat, yeah, it's very painful. How I know that? Because I had brothers. I mean, we were doing all the wrestling moves on each other. I'm talking about Scorpion Death Lock, Figure 4 Death Lock, DDT. Sometimes we'll miss the soft spot and hit the hard flow. Oh my god! And then brother be like, "Shh, come on now, before they age." We was doing all the wrestling moves on each other. The sleeper. Oh yeah. The man said, I'm gonna time to prepare for Jade Cargill. Ooh. Yeah, Jade Cargill got that. She got that washboard, man. Like, yeah. But one thing I don't like is they're making fun of Jade, like, because of her in-ring ability. And like, I would get in a couple wrestling forums and they started talking about Jade, and it'd be mostly them white boys. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. When Cena first came to like the main roster, man, and how bad he was, and then when he was bad, he became world champion for the first time. If you could put up with John Cena and we were patient enough for him to get good in the ring, you can put up with Jade Cargill. I don't give a damn what nobody say. And then all that time that she spent in AEW, and they gave her like a whole undefeated streak for like, I don't know, it's like 100 matches or some shit like that. And like they never really trained her to perform in the ring. And then when she got to WWE, that was a whole different world to her. So she's still learning. So like I said, if they put up with John Cena and then made him world champion while he sucked, shoot, they can put up with Jay. Said my brothers are hardcore. Yeah, we were hardcore. You know, now we're older. Cena turned WWE into PG-13. John Cena is also the Make-A-Wish Foundation's biggest wish granter, like the biggest one ever. Like he, out of all celebrities, all of notable figures, John Cena has granted the most wishes. Yeah, so said Joe Rogan said the legit submission moves in pro wrestling is the figure four leg lock, because what happened is you're putting pressure, you're using the shin bone of the other guy to put pressure on the knee, and that shit hurt for real. Like I said, I had brothers. I know how painful the figure four leg lock is. Is something else. Yeah, I think Jade is doing pretty good for leaving the fanboy organization AEW. Now, for those people who are fans of AEW, you know, it's whatever. I'm not one of those wrestling fans. It's like, oh, AEW sucks. It's just not being ran by the right person. I mean, you know, it's being ran by a fanboy with a lot of money. And he throws money at people. He pretty much put like dream matches together, which really cheapens the whole dream match thing. I mean, and those guys get in there and perform, but you know, a lot of their wrestlers get hurt. And you know, you got to care about the guys that are in the ring. I mean, I watched a promo with R-Truth calling Dominic Mysterio Tom and Nick. Man, look, I used to hate that shit with R-Truth because I thought he was being real buffoonish. But then when you really start to look at it, R-Truth is funny as fuck. Like, like he is funny. Like the way he try to get people to break character, it's like it's like what I do is like I watch a lot of wrestling YouTube channels, and they'll break down the moments where you know wrestlers would break characters. I also watch a lot of shoot videos as well. They'll talk about their experiences on the road, and I'm talking about some man. Them guys like they do some of the wildest shit. Like for real, they tear up hotel rooms. I mean, they get crazy drunk. That incident between Arn Anderson and Sid, where they were stabbing each other. Like, I mean, they were actually stabbing each other, and one got seriously injured. Like, shit was crazy. Yeah, them white boys always got something to say about any developing black wrestler. Like, they expect us to just come out the racket as experts, not time for development. Detroit 313 was good. Yeah, I went to one of the discussion forums on Facebook, and one of the pages was talking about Supercell on Netflix, and I mean Supercell is pretty good. Like you know, you got Netflix, check out Supercell. What I said about Supercell is it did for blacks what American media refuses to do. It actually gives them something to do besides focus on the struggle of being black. But it was based in the UK. But I mean, America could do something like that. I mean, you know, most of the cast are black and they're the ones with the superpowers. I mean, shit. I mean, I thought they did an excellent job with that show, but you know, white boys was being insecure once again. Those are some insecure motherfuckers. Like, I'm not saying all. What I'm saying is when it boils down to it, it's like they shitting on all of us. When AJ Styles said SmackDown was the house AJ Styles built, R-Truth thought it was literal. He said, "Damn dog, I'm gonna ask you for a card." Yeah, man. Said they even criticized the NXT Black roster when NXT is a developing show. Make that make sense. Oh man, yeah, they got plenty of black wrestlers up and coming. Let me see. They got this guy named let's see, they got this tag team. Let me see. They got this tag team. That's like those guys are like they got it in their head too, but they just kind of they real tough with this shit. Then you got Trick Williams, then you got Kalani Jordan, you got Wesley, you got Obafemi. Obafemi is a fucking beast. Let's see who else they got in there. Oh, they just released Gable Steveson brother Damon Kemp, but that dude wasn't championship material though. I mean, he might have had the in ring ability a little bit, but no, he didn't have it. Then you got Mello in the main roster right now. So yeah, they got a pretty good selection of black talent. Uh shit, Jada Parker. Ooh. Man, Jada Parker is fine. She is fine. Like Kalani Jordan, that's Mello's girlfriend. Like she's the first NXT Women's North American champion, so she's carrying it pretty good. Soul Ruka is mixed. Are you into Game of Thrones and House of Dragons? I'm obsessed. Game of Thrones, the last episode I watched, I think were the 2 episodes beginning season 5, right after Tyrion killed his father. Because he's like, if you call her a whore one more time, she was a whore. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Shade was a whore. Shit. Like, you caught her in bed with your father. You fallen in love. You caught her, spoiler, you caught her in bed with your father. He strangles her and then wants to kill his dad because he called her a whore. Man, get the fuck out of here with that simp shit, bro. I mean, Tyrion is one of my favorite characters, though, in the whole show. Yeah. But, like, I think is that whole thing between Jamie and Cersei, yuck. Yeah. Yeah. Shoot. But I want to see who is it? Baelish. I want to see him get his comeuppance because I know it's coming. And who's the guy that and Theon Greyjoy? That motherfucker can't catch a break. Oh my god! Like, man, when they cut that man dick off, I felt sorry for that dude. I'm like, damn, your life is just fucked up for real. But anybody that hasn't watched Game of Thrones before and want to check it out, I'm sorry I spoiled some of the stuff for you. But yeah. But I haven't checked out like I would really like to finish Game of Thrones before I check out House of the Dragon. But like I said, I think I stopped the Red Wedding was fucked up. I was like, good God, this is what they was talking. This is what broke the internet. Like, damn, they fucked them up pretty good. Can't wait for them to get their comeuppance too. Some dude on YouTube comment section was listing a bunch of white and Russian UFC champs and saying they're superior to other races. Then I type John Jones eat them. Yeah, man, ain't too many people fucking with John Jones. I don't care what nobody say. John Jones getting older though, but ain't too many people fucking with John Jones. Right, Kevin Nash is giving criticism on The Rock and dislikes on the basis. Dude suplex 2 wrestlers at the same time. You talking about John Jones? Yeah, Bones is nothing to play with. Bones wanted to fight Brock when Brock was in UFC. Shoot. Yeah, Brock Brock Lesnar. I wouldn't fuck with Brock Lesnar, but Cain Velasquez made him kind of look stupid, when he was in there. Okay. Oh, Game Changer. What's good? What's good? Said I never got into Game of Thrones. I hear people talking about it. There's a lot of nudity. There's a lot of nudity, and at times there's some gayness in there too. So brace yourself for that. But not any more gayness than Oz. And when I was watching Spartacus, there was some gayness in there too. But yeah, but if you're secure in your sexuality, that shouldn't bother you too much. I just kind of like, oh God, here we go again with this bullshit. Like, yeah, but yeah, you talking about Reek? Yeah. I mean, that motherfucker couldn't catch a break. Like, seriously. Kimbo Slice would slaughter them UFC niggas. Not exactly. Not exactly. When he actually started doing UFC, who was that guy? That fuck Big Country fucked him up, I think. Like, can't like Kimbo Slice, he was tough as far as them backyard fights. Uh, you know, he was tough as far as them backyard fights, but then like I seen one fight where he went against like a sheriff or something or a deputy sheriff named Sean Gannon. Yeah, Sean Gannon fucked him up pretty good because what happened was Sean Gannon put him in a front face lock and took all his wind, and Kimbo couldn't fight after that. But like, the way Kimbo was beating them street dudes up, man, it was like to the point where I was like, man, this dude ain't nothing but a bully. But I didn't like the fact that the white boy beat him. I was like, hell no. But when he got in UFC, I think he won one MMA fight that I can remember, one actual professional MMA fight, and then he passed soon afterwards. Y'all should see Brock Lesnar daughter. Yeah, Brock Lesnar daughter is like a female Brock. Said Lesnar was such a beast until Alistair Overeem eating horse meat, aka Royd, showed up. See, one thing you got to remember about Brock is Brock got real sick with diverticulitis, and they took like most of his intestine out. He wasn't quite the same fighter since. I mean, shortly after his surgery, even though sometime later he did beat Mark Hunt. Yeah, like I remember that night. I was sitting in a bar and watching that fight, and everybody was hating on Brock. Brock WWE. He a wrestler. Mark Hunt finna beat him. Man, he ragdolled Mark. Man, he ragdolled that dude, man. But he failed the drug test after that one though. Did you watch the boxing match between Diaz and Masvidal? No, I haven't been able to check that out. No, I mean, I'll probably look it up on YouTube since you suggested it. I'll pass once I heard gayness. I turned away. Yeah, I mean it's gross. I mean, shit, you ain't gotta touch a dude after you watch it. It's still that choice remains. Oh man, let's see. Houston Alexander was scared of him. Who? Kimbo Slice. Damn, Brock was sick. Yeah, he was sick. He wasn't his full self when he fought Alistair Overeem. He wasn't even that far removed from that surgery because notice that Overeem kept kicking him in the midsection, and Brock was like, "Nah, no more." But then, like Overeem, like he got fucked up by Francis Ngannou, like that shit. Like Francis Ngannou, that was it. The Brock daughter was like Boo from Dragon Ball Z. Brock could not take a punch. Yeah, who was that guy? He fought forgot who he was. Had them big old fists. I forgot his name. Let me Google it real quick. Brock Lesnar UFC fights. Let's see. Let's see. Got that name. His name was Sean something. Like the guy with the big old fist. Like, guy was Shane Carwin. Yeah, Shane Carwin. Yeah, because I was in Texas watching that fight at a Hooters like restaurant. And like Shane Carwin almost got him. He had to take Shane Carwin to the ground and tap him. Once those fighters get knocked out, they're never the same. Example, Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva lost to Chris Weidman. Anderson Silva couldn't win a fight after that. But before Chris Weidman, and I had a feeling that Anderson Silva was going to lose that fight because they did a documentary that week on Anderson Silva, and he was talking about his career. And, Anderson Silva was actually speaking English and shit. Anderson Silva was so deadly. Like, I remember like one of the last things I watched with my grandfather while he was still coherent was Anderson Silva's first fight. He went against Chris Lieben. You know, Chris Lieben loved to talk a lot of shit, but then every time he lose, he started crying. I remember he was on that Ultimate Fighter season 1. What was the dude with the Josh Koscheck beat him? Chris Weidman went to start crying down the outside. Then they gave him a chance, and he lost again. I think Bobby Southworth beat him the second time. But Chris Lieben, like was Anderson Silva's first fight in the UFC, and Chris Lieben said something like, "Well, you know, I'm gonna send Anderson Silva packing. He can go back to Japan, where it's easy to fight over there." Man, I looked at my granddad. I said, Anderson Silva finna wipe. I've never seen Anderson Silva fight, and Anderson Silva about to wipe the floor with this dude. Watch what I say. I can just tell, like, you know, I can tell that a fighter's a fighter. So when that match started, man, Anderson Silva tapped him on the chin a couple times. Chris was like, he fell all up against the gate, like, God damn, what just happened? I said, oh God, this looks bad. And then like he tried to get back in the fight. Anderson tapped him on the face again. That was it. It's like Chris about went to sleep. And then, you know, Anderson Silva did that little guitar thing. I was like, man, Anderson Silva, the real deal. Everybody Anderson Silva fought, he embarrassed like for a long time. He tapped Forrest Griffin on the chin. And then like when he made Vito Belfort eat that foot sandwich, I was like, nah, Anderson Silva, the real deal. The person who came closest to beating him before Chris Weidman was Chael Sonnen. There's a lot of people that said that, you know. Vanderlei was it Vanderlei Silva said that the fix was in or something like that? Yeah, because Silva at that point was about ready to hang it up. That's it. Israel Adesanya got knocked out by Alice, but still came back and knocked Alice into another dimension. Oh, okay. Yeah. Tyron Woodley knocked the fuck out of Koscheck. Yeah, there was a couple people that had to teach Josh Koscheck a lesson. Shit. One of them being Georges St. Pierre. Shoot, Georges St. Pierre had to teach him a lesson a couple times. King seeing red. Chuck Liddell was never the same after losing to Rashad Evans. Man, when Rashad Evans came with that overhand and put Chuck to sleep, shit. I mean, but before Chuck lost to Rashad Evans like that, he also lost to Rampage Jackson. Because I remember Rampage Jackson was talking shit all that week, and then he went in there and did exactly what he said he was going to do. Yeah. Rampage Jackson, I think the last fight I saw him fight was against John Jones, and Jones tapped him out. Forrest was begging him to stop. No, Forrest was not begging him to stop. Forrest tried to reach in with a Superman, and then Anderson Silva tapped him on the chin like he was fucking Goku, and then he went down. Then Forrest ran out the ring crying. Paul Daly hated Koscheck so much he hit him as he was going into his corner. Then got kicked out of the UFC. Yeah, Koscheck talked a lot of shit to folks, man. Yeah, he did. Koscheck rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. So, you know, Koscheck became the kind of fighter that you wanted to see get beat. Let me see. Let me look at my likes. So hopefully all of y'all will press like. I guess some of y'all went to bed, so you should have pressed like on the way out. Also, shout out to the replay gang. Yeah. All right, third dislike. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I have a smoke show every Sunday, and guess what? You got people pressing dislike. I'll just press dislike and run away real quick. I know we got a smoke show. All right.
Now I'm feeling objectified by your male gaze.
Damn.
So now we're up to 3. Shoot. Rampage came to the UFC to beat everyone that beat him in Pride. Yeah, because yeah, I saw some of the defeats he had in Pride. Because the one where he got knocked out and he fell halfway out the ring, that did not look good. Andrei Arlovsky retired 2 weeks ago. He should have no he should have been retired. Brock Lesnar almost did homicide on these wrestlers in that plane. Oh yeah, he fought Kurt Hennig shortly before he passed. He fought old Mr. Perfect. Like they said, that was the plane ride from hell because he said that Brock slammed Kurt Hennig into the plane door so hard it could have opened, and everybody on that plane would have died because of that. Kurt Hennig ended up getting fired for that shit, but not Brock because Brock was Brock. The haters are working overtime. Yeah, they stayed up late as fuck for this shit. The nigga went to the bathroom to pee and saw I was on the air. Just like Koscheck was way too cocky until Tito Ortiz had to tell him to settle his ass down because he's talking way too damn much for someone who doesn't have a title around their waist. LOL. Yeah, I was sleeping until you heard you yell game changer. Do you think Fedor Emelianenko is the heavyweight GOAT? It's quite possible because Fedor was a beast in his prime. Just like I think Anderson Silva is the GOAT of lightweights. Anderson Silva kept that belt for like what 7-8 years. Facts. Brock and his roid rage. I don't know if Brock was on roids, but if he was, I mean, I heard stories about how Vince would like cherry pick who he tested for drugs, and one of the people he really didn't test that much was Batista. Like Batista was actually bigger than Brock. I mean, back in the OVW days, like they had damn Batista beating Brock. Yeah. Anderson was middle heavy. Oh, he was middleweight. Oh, okay. I thought he was like heavyweight. Fedor is the goat of the sport. Yeah, you have to look at people like him and Boss Rutan and Royce Gracie, Ken Shamrock in his prime. Yeah, especially the Gracies. Chris Masters was on it too. Yeah, you can tell Chris Masters was on it because like he got suspended and he came back and he was smaller. He was noticeably smaller. Chris Benoit was on that shit. They said had Chris Benoit not died, he was going to be dead within 6 months anyway. Because they said that it'd take he had abused his body so much that when they did the autopsy, they said Benoit was on his way out anyway. So, I mean, Chris Benoit, had he not killed his family and himself, probably will still be pushing daisies. Yeah, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Chris Benoit, all them flying headbutts off the top rope. Say around him and slam Fedor on his head, and he still lost. Yep. Don Fryer Pioneer too. Yep. Dan the Beast Severn was as well. Yeah. Let's see. But yeah. Yeah, Chris Benoit kept doing the flying headbutt with anything. Yep. That's what it was. That's what did it. He kept doing that flying headbutt, and they wanted him to stop, and he never did. Steve Blackman, Steve Blackman. They said was one of these. He was one of the quietest people backstage, but he was also one of the deadliest. Nobody fucked with Steve Blackman, and to this day, no one will fuck with Steve Blackman. He did the flying headbutt off the top of the cage. Actually, that was his signature. Yeah, that was his signature, but his finisher was the crippler crossface. Yeah, but I mean, seriously, in all honesty, fuck Chris Benoit. He killed his wife and his kid. Like, he's a killer. I mean, there are some conspiracy theories out there that he might have been in trouble with some people. But you know, as far as the information that we have been given, fuck Benoit. Like seriously. Brock, yeah. Brock is doing everything besides wrestling these days. Brock is a fucking butcher. He knows how to break a cow down to all its parts. That motherfucker eat tomahawk steak straight off the grill. He grabbed the bone and just eat it like it's a piece of fucking chicken. Like there's a video of Chavo Guerrero telling the story of how Chris Benoit called him before he killed his family. Ugh. Yeah, yeah. I think I vaguely remember that, but I'll look that up too. You know, as well as the boxing match between Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal. Yeah, but that Chris Benoit shit was a very tragic story. I mean, in Chris Benoit, he was one of my favorites too. But Eddie was one of my Eddie was one of my favorites as well. Oh, you talking about when he damn near killed himself? Oh, Chavo said he might have been able to prevent it. I mean, water under the bridge now. But a lot of what happened to Benoit, he was really affected by Eddie Guerrero's death because you know him and Eddie Guerrero were such good friends to the point where they were saying that he was Chris Benoit's voice of reason, and when that wasn't around anymore, it really affected Benoit. I mean, so yeah, Eddie's death was sad. I knew his like uh his let me see, his brother Hector was married to a girl's mom that I used to work with, and she was telling me how a girl named Candace. Yeah, Candace was kind of fine too, had a little shape on her. But yeah, she was telling me how it affected her family when Eddie passed. Yeah, Detroit. Brock almost broke his neck. Then he would be the Kurt Angle wrestling with a broken freaking neck. Yeah, but you know how Brock got through that because he was so developed as far as his neck muscles. I mean, yeah, he could have like if he would develop any less, he would have ended his career that night. Eddie's history of drug abuse caught up with him after he kicked. Yeah, he did. Because, I mean, even though he stopped and, you know, he got saved and everything, you know, did it for the betterment of his family, that heavy drug use will shorten your life. I mean, it will catch up with you. So don't do the heavy drugs, y'all. Don't do the heavy stuff. So let me check my likes and my dislikes. You know, it's all right, got 30 likes and 3 dislikes. So developing traps and stiff neck muscles make it hard to get knocked out or break a neck. Yeah. Yeah, actually that is true. So if you are a fighter, you gotta work you gotta work on your next trap, do them shoulder shrugs. Yeah, because like when I was younger, I was way developed up here, you know. Had all the white girls looking at me like, ooh. Yo Romero after the fuse neck surgery never got wobbled. Uh, oh yeah, Yo Romero. Yeah, he had a really bad fight with Israel Adesanya, and I think that shortly after that he was released from the UFC. That fight was almost as bad as Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou because both of them act like they were scared to hit each other, and those were guys that were knocking motherfuckers out left and right. Goldberg would wreck on Batista. Yeah, prime Goldberg, but see the problem with Goldberg is everybody got sick of him after a while. Like, you know, he had an undefeated streak in WCW. And then his first run in WWE kind of fucked him up. Rose, Nama Yunus, and Carlos Esparza was the worst in UFC history. What about that second fight with CM Punk and whoever that guy is? Let me look up that name. Google that real quick. CM Punk UFC. Mike Jackson. CM Punk simply did not belong in the UFC. He did not belong in the UFC. I mean, his first fight against Mickey Gall. I thought Mickey Gall was an absolute goof. He was annoying. And I mean, like he Mickey Gall, he had that damn rear naked choke. That's what that was his move. That's the move that Mickey Gall won with. And like I mean, and I still don't like Mickey Gall to this day. I mean, Mickey Gall has a very punchable face, but he beat CM Punk. But Mike Jackson got fired after he fought CM Punk because what he was doing was he was playing with CM Punk um and what happened was Dana White said that, Mike Jackson could have ended that fight a lot quicker. Yeah, CM Punk, he did a much better fight, but he just looked like he didn't belong in there. He just did, and then he got released from the UFC after that, but he left on good terms with Dana. But Mike, he fired the shit out of Mike Jackson. Jack Swagger had two good fights in Bellator MMA. Yeah, yeah, he was a real deal. Cutting promo with Hulk Hogan when he was with NWO as a heel. His feud with Goldberg. Oh yeah, Goldberg. I remember the night he won the championship. I was really afraid that Hulk Hogan was going to use his creative control power and end Goldberg's streak because that's when Goldberg was red hot. Goldberg was actually the only star that was not established in WCW that that actually got a push. All the other ones were old heads that did not want to give their spot up, like half the NWO. And that's what really, to me, that's what killed WCW. But what really killed WCW is when the two writers, Vince Russo and Ed Ferrera, went over there. That's what killed WCW. I mean, the NWO just planted the seed for the death. Now, they was wondering in the 90s they would hire the Undertaker in WCW. Well, the Undertaker started out in WCW. I mean, he started out in Memphis. Then he went to WCW. It's me, Mark Callis. Then he lost to Lex Luger in the Great American Bash. Then he got released from WCW. Then he resurfaced as the Undertaker in WWF for that Survivor Series. Originally, the Undertaker was supposed to be the gobbledygooker, which would have killed his career right then and there. Really, the gobbledygook. Speaking of Hector Guerrero, who I mentioned earlier, the gobbledygooker was Hector Guerrero in that suit, and the Undertaker really was that's a character that they planned and they debuted him in WWF in Survivor Series, and it was like the perfect debut, and he got pushed immediately. So I'm glad they didn't do that to the Undertaker. Put him in the gobbledygooker. Hyper Catastrophic Impact X83rd Power said Lola Vice, aka Valerie Laredo, broke my heart when she left Bellator MMA. She had some great knockouts in her promotions, and yeah, she twerked after she knocked. Well, I tell you the truth, man. That's another one that's in NXT. That's a baddie, Lola Vice. I remember when she damn turned her back on when she turned her back on Shayna Baszler and started twerking. I was like, God damn. But she's the real deal though. She's the real deal. When they beautiful like that and they tough, man, that makes them 10 times more attractive. I mean, at least to me though. I'm not intimidated. I'm not intimidated by strong women, like truly strong women. Like I'm not talking about like the pig-headed bitches. But I remember when Bret Hart took the WWF belt to take the WCW after the Montreal screw job. They had to do a federal injunction to get that belt because they didn't want Bischoff throwing it away on national television because that would have embarrassed WWE. Yeah. So anyway, it's about an hour and 40 minutes. See what's going on here. Okay. Said when the Undertaker had to decline that he was when the Undertaker had to decline, that's when he was in the backstage. He said he got nervous when he dressed up as the Undertaker. I mean, but that's the bet. I mean, that's the thing that carved his legacy out. I mean, shit. I mean, making him undefeated at WrestleMania is his legacy until he got in the ring with Brock. Because I think the only two people that he lost to in WrestleMania was Brock and Roman Reigns. Yeah, and I think that Roman Reigns probably needed it more than Brock did. A lot of people were upset when Brock pinned the Undertaker. Yeah, I know what you mean because I got to get up early too because it's almost 2 o'clock. So just peace out to my people. Got to get up early for work. Shout out to Big Kev in the chat. We'll catch the rest later. All right, man. Good to see you. Thanks for coming through. Yeah, that's what happens when you go on late Monday night. You got a lot of people that got to get up on Tuesday morning, including myself. So anyway, yeah. Let's see. All right. Well, I mean, it was nice talking to you guys once again. It was great. Thanks for coming through, Officer Faulkner, and especially to Mahogany, Bruce and MJ. Thank you, and I hope that your family gets the justice that they are looking for. But to the rest of y'all, fuck y'all. No, I'm just playing. No, thank you for always supporting this channel. I really appreciate it, and I will be back tomorrow night. Probably not going to be on that long. I mean, tomorrow night is Arts night, Art and Stalls night, but shoot, this channel needs some attention. So, like, this is I'm since it's my channel, I'm the one to give it the attention that it needs. Yeah, so yeah, I do appreciate the support, hybrid. So that's good shit. Um, Bret Hart would have killed WWF if he would have made it to WCW marketplace when Eric Bischoff was promoted. I mean, yeah, Bret was. I mean, too bad his career ended the way it did with Goldberg kicking him in the head like that. And Bret Hart still does not like Goldberg to this day. But with that being said, that's it for me. I'm about to turn it in. Thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to the replay gang. You always make things special for me around here to take your own time out to watch this show, and a special shout out to the dislikes. Thank you very much for your participation in helping this algorithm. Yeah, I mean, and you ain't gotta like me. I mean, nobody has to like me, but hey, at least try to like yourself. So anyway, uh, long live the habitual line steppers. Don't give up, guys. Just go out there and win for yourselves this week. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace out.